94.7 Asempa FM Sony Ekosiisen dwumedi no asuguso a
Ekosiisen on
Asempa
Asempa
yena munyina asese matwen ama yakọ aba. Still more to talk about. Discussion segment nso yede ebebremo Franco Trading boyen Castrol or say it's more than just oil, it's liquid engineering. TCL, The Creative Life, Dependable Herbal, Omede Adom Malakio aba and a Global Lighting Center Limited in Kania Pafie. Omunyina boyen yede your discussion segment, no, ebebremo loads and loads of your messages. Na afi ya share it to me atwaso. Very, very, very important. Let me do this quickly. Na afi, where is a good afternoon? Please help me wish my twin daughters, Angela, Enyimpa, and Angelica Inshra Ejeitofo of St. Peter's Mission School, Ashaleboche. Today is their 8th birthday. They are really a blessing to the family, Ghana and the world. From Ernest and Perpetual Ejeitofo of Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons and the African Peer Review Mechanism Governing Council. Ernest Ejeitofo, good evening to you and a happy birthday to your wonderful kids. Ernest Ejeitofo, Old Saint. Hey, wow. We say, Obi, President Anado is angry. We are criticizing him about, is it taking a bath in the sky? So he has decided to pay salaries to his wife and vice president wife. Please tell them, blah, blah, blah. Kojo Dankwa of the NDC. Obi, tell Abronye, I fully support him. I even like the way he mentions declaration, Gastiman in Brekum. And he again says, Obi, these MPs always know how to defend money spent on them. Tell John Jenapo we don't need to be educated on the importance of MPs. They should rather know that the type of work they do don't commensurate with the amount we spend on them in Ghana. Hey, Gastiman also the moment fair to the MPs. I mean, yes, we can have our issues, but I don't think a issues I was emotional about. We are mostly not fair to members of parliament, especially when you look at how Article 71, 1 and 2 is constructed and what it means. Say all the other people mentioned in there, MPs. I mean, it is a MP no sign aji loan at the atoka obetria loan ni biewa. It shouldn't really be much of a problem. We should be careful how we discuss some of these issues, honestly. Because I mean, sometimes you read Article 71 and you are like, wow. And all the other people mentioned in there, no, or minor money car, a money 2, 4-wheel back, saloon back, amount of fuel and everything, you know. And MPs would have to buy their own fuels, pay for car loans and all of that. Let's be fair, and that is also puts a certain level of responsibility on MPs. They should probably do more to engender some confidence in the people. Na intime emwa. Where's a whole OB who can intercept national security report, can't assess payment of presidential spouses and salary document, interest and times. Aki ewo efia constituency. Aki, I hear you. Interestingly, almost all previous presidential committees on emolument, including the latest one, conceded that incumbent first and second ladies and former first and second ladies do not fall under Article 71. The presidential committees on emolument, then made recommendations for formalization of the administrative arrangement, i.e., payment of allowances or salaries, relative to the category of beneficiaries under reference. Those administrative arrangements took effect in August 2000, and it was within that context that the latest committee report proceeded to make proposals for Parliament to approve or disapprove its enhanced recommendations. The recommendation was or is to the effect that the previous administrative arrangement be regularized and included in the privileges of president, former president, vice president, former vice president. The committee, accordingly, included the proposed allowances or salaries at the same level as currently pertains relative to the privileges, benefits, and facilities for the president and the vice president. In other words, The recommendation is to the effect that, quote, spouses of sitting and former president and vice president should be catered for by the state as part of the privileges extended to the president and vice president. And Kamal, when you specific on what the committee actually said, and this is Abdul Malik Kwekubako coming through with this. But before I do bemuno, Mamin Kwahumanus Namini and Komo Enye, Member of Parliament for Belsa South constituency, the Honorable Clement Apak. Vimate.
Sharp.
Now, Bibi Aboko there.
Oh, yeah, me were Parliament, and yeah. Me kai pass us an email message.
Yes.
My children
Medase pa nyamin shao for the opportunity to speak with you. Me who rates be to the Supreme Court now din eka plaintiffs ne hu obetuma confirm ya mai.
No kwe say me ne honorable the firma po and a third person.
Yeah.
And what their name.
Me nimbe bi odina vimate me bacho asa line ni mu yes obet sia ho kakra ma ya.
At the foyer of Parliament.
Oh, at the foyer. Okay.
So that's why.
Yeah, but I think it's better. It's better, yeah.
Okay, so as I was indicating, the two of us have filed a writ, and we are seeking an interpretation of Article 71 with regards to the presidential emoluments report
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Specifically as it pertains to the extension of benefits to the spouses of the first and second gentlemen of the land.
Okay. And that is clearly that's the basis for the rate of the Supreme Court. But in the said report, specifically recommendation relative to the first lady and the second lady of the Republic.
And I'm sure every Ghanaian is fully aware of the content, which is why we are going to court to seek a proper interpretation.
You are sure, said they?
You read it. I was listening to you.
No, maybe the line is still very bad. What we'll do is a memo must free back into Chumum free honorable back and fa and Maminafi Yenshen to Honorable Clement Park and Yatin. But I was reading the message of Abdul Malik Kwekubako, and he makes the point, sir. The presidential committees on emolument made recommendations of the let me start. Also, interestingly, almost all previous presidential committees on emolument, including the latest one, considered that incumbent first and second ladies and former first and second ladies do not fall under Article 71. They then made recommendations meaning all the previous presidential committees on emolument, made recommendations for formalization of the administrative arrangement, i.e., payment of allowances or salaries relative to the category of beneficiaries under reference, which is the first ladies, second ladies, former and existing. Those administrative arrangements took effect in August 2000. And from August 2000, that's how allowances now are being paid to them. And it was within that context that the latest committee report proceeded to make proposals for Parliament to approve or disapprove its enhanced recommendations. The recommendation was, or is, to the effect that the previous administrative arrangement, that is the payment of allowances, be regularized and included in the privileges of presidents, former presidents, vice presidents, former vice presidents. The committee accordingly included the proposed allowances or salaries at same level as currently pertains relative to the privileges, benefits, and facilities for the president and vice president. In other words, the recommendation is to the effect that, quote, and this I believe is a specific quote from the report, quote, spouses of sitting and former president and vice president should be catered for by the state as part of the privileges extended to the president and vice president. And you see how it's couched? Into spouses of sitting and former president, spouses of sitting and former president and vice president should be catered for by the state as part of the privileges extended to the president and vice president.
Okay.
And it should be part of privileges
So
the
it is not
vice
distinct.
President. And yet distinct.
It's kind of further benefits to the president.
Absolutely.
Which impliedly would affect their spouses. Positively. Yes, I get it. Yeah.
And that's why I was of the opinion from the onset, we should get specific.
But is that exactly what the committee report states? The current committee report, is that what it states?
Yes, at least.
No, then there's no difficulty. It's not explicit. If that is what it is.
Yes.
Well, I know, I'm saying you've not even called me in.
Oh, Baba, it's fine. Mwanya Clement Park Biwana or my okay. Into Yenyani Biwa would say, yeah. But this is a message from Abdul Malik Kwekubako, and he puts that bit in inverted commas, meaning that it's a direct quote from the report. And he says the recommendation is to the effect that spouses of sitting and former presidents and vice presidents should be catered for by the state as part of the privileges extended to the president and vice president.
Wow.
Then it throws out.
Then the committee did not say.
So they should be treated separately as Article 72 of this
so I think it doesn't call for interpretation of Article 71 here then, unless maybe if this is what it is. My understanding from what the old Canadian. Yes.
I asked him consistently, say, when your report maybe has he read specifically?
Obi, mame chow na yenche Ghana for so. Obi, unim say I am so happy for Ghana. Maybe Adri, titru ohwe normal ebasro regarding our democracy these days, sir. I am happy despite the disturbances and so on and also you say yehwe. The entire maker say I am happy for Ghana and they say Obi, young people and of course people speaking to our democracy today are helping shape the laws of this country. Especially this matter on the table for say. Wait to say the 27, 28 years are equal 29 years of our constitution. No? Anyakwa. And I'm happy the likes of Abronye, my good self, Chief Baini, all the young people who have the opportunity say, yent me any discussions towards the development of this country. No? Yeah. We are coming out with intellectual discourse as it were. And we are also making use of institutions on democracy no and the case of Honorable Apak, the case of Abronye, the case of Obibiara Obeko Supreme Court say young siki interpretation on matters regarding young growth. No, I think it's not out of place. Excellent. Now, Obi, what I learned from what is happening, this spouses of presidents and ex-presidents, vice presidents and ex-vice presidency. What you have just read, okay, appears not to be what is out there. For me, the workers is CIA. It doesn't appear to look say they should be treated distinctly. No, it says the benefit extended to the president and vice presidents. Okay.
This should be
in a way
embedded in that
absolutely
privilege so, the co-president and the vice president.
The mentioning of them, no, and a bit more problem say but of course, it doesn't take away the fact say the relevance of the spouse of the president. It's not there. It doesn't. The fact I want to make is that the point I want to make is that they are relevant to us as well. Very relevant to the growth of ourselves. You see,
Unim Alaji.
Yes.
One thing I want to do is I've gotten the head of the economics department of University of Ghana.
Okay.
And he has served on some of these emolument committee before. Enti obema yen insight kakra na etimi aboa Professor Ban Boateng. Prof, otemenka Ekosiisen shini wa Sempa FM memo wakwaba.
Yeah.
Na me pacho apomu ye de.
Pacho nyame adom me ho ye pa.
I've gotten information. I'm yet to confirm though. But many we there. Say you've served on a presidential committee on emolument. What's ever will be soda?
The Pacho and me serve on one of the committees. Your report was between 2013, 7th January to 2017, 6th January.
Oh, okay. Into 2013 to 2017, 6th January. And I want to see, okay, into me,
and only a Edubuando's committee.
Oh, Edubuando, you know, okay.
The 6th Parliament.
Okay. Professor Francisca Edubuando committee, you know. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Into me, Pacho, say, you put a committee together, sana. Yeah, nipa or form a committee, you know. In this case, the president, Emma specific terms of reference, and now say the name say Article 71 clear on what the committee is supposed to do. Into no one Article 71 for one say mobe review or more emolument.
Okay, Obi Midawasi. Na answer na me kasa no mamini kai kase se committee no ye de wo ka ho a ya na ye swear oath. And simply go ha me enka.
Okay.
I was saying me respect that oath. But me gitu me say me kasa because me teacher niya me check economics.
Yes.
Na me research so in economics. And I'm a research so do na no me no wo adwuma pemu ne sika akatia ho they can say employment, labor, wages, pension. Until we share my papers, I'm actually not do na a hona a walk. I feel so many or more years I demand to say TUC, Ghana Employees Association, Minister of Employment, or more year, sir, and your man, no, my baby, and tea a whole limit, and I may want a moment to me and could depart into near must wear oath on it. Now,
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I can't crack and say, I was saying in IAT, say, Yamawajuma. And I say, Obi, multimedia afterway. Minimum say, you do appointment letter ma or no. Ya na indicate the conditions of service.
Me pa try.
Ya also would ye. And sana wa shed manasi.
Me pa try.
And unti yaba 4th Republican President Rollins Ebai Impreno, President Kofoba Impreno, President Mahama. President Mills Ebai, President Mahama Aba, and Nana Akufo-Addo so Aba. And every 4 years so no, a distinct government. And unti say we shall see say mampeni ministers any yakika kahona. I was say conditions of service no account. And unti mampeni ebeyi omwa omobehwe kwaya ebefaswa omaketua yebekoso INT yawo executives yawo judiciary your legislature and your other government agencies to say electoral commission, national civic education,
yeah.
Na say bibi kakra ya na eto sni kakra ne say aban eba enyema oye no edosu eno ntia na dodo na ompese odi nani ebekọ na ketua so dodo no mebom anka ni yie mu pa
Ekosiisen on Asempa
FM ministers name penimfo no e wo se sa committee no odi si ho eno ntia sa ofa committee bi et say President Rollins dia ye Mami Green Street na odano omo first one no 1993 7th January to 1997 6th January enti bibia omo hihye any recommendation a woman no for that particular government regardless of when it was approved and until try and call another government because another government also I was set on media. And until 1997 to 2001, President Rollins SR Green Street SR chair another committee, which also gave another set of recommendations. President Kufuor Ebaye the first term no na ye maame Chinmehesi na the second term no so osama ye maame Chinmehesi na so ato aso enti bo hu sa Chinmehesi 1 Chinmehesi 2 enti recommendation na obeye no eye for that particular government or parliament enti in 2009 January 7th to 2013 January 6th na ye nyaaye maame Rama Adi
Ekosiisen on Asempa
President Mills edisiho enti bibia ye recommendation bia no eye sabre no and enti the same thing ena ne atwamu enti every recommendation eye ne President Anado committee a ode baaye aye no the bibia implementation and the bibia no eye between January 2017 7th to 6th January 2021.
Yes.
And nunti bibia no sana etie. Enti sabre President Akufo-Addo ebe sign another committee a no so omo behwe if you say MPs na omo last parliament ebi elusu. Yeah, the new MPs aba. Enti every parliament or every government is distinct from the other. Enti say yeah discussion na sana was ye ma ye ni ekohun.
Okay, I think that's fair and a good basis for in discussions, Sisiano, and that will lead me to question Amibusa is when the committee is formed. Na say because you say omoma terms of reference. Not terms of reference, no. It is saying Yamamo as a committee latitude be to make other recommendations on other matters, and I say specifically, no. Article 71 of his holders, and I share a review of the emolument. I am not saying it.
Okay, mean to me and terms of reference. Nemo de metimi aka ne say. And I'm say sa committee no oma juma and say almost share a year akatua any conditions of service of Article 71 office holders. No. And nunti bibia e wo hu bia no na yehwe. Na e wo say hu say a year the president of the republic any former president also who say constitution Emma Kwan say president I was or retire on his salary.
Yes.
And notice a president say office ukrana tilano or retire on his salary. And to be our baby I was say a canon. Nemum the terms of reference any processes you go through any manimano a dorsum and they may diverge and just say no and my breaking.
Okay, but the other one and because of the current conversation about internet namso ama yafrewi on the Nanado committee dia omajuma share from January 7th 2017 to January 6th 2021 no as part of that committee's report no the information out there and they say my recommendations be say anka yen regularize sika yitua edema first ladies and second ladies and it's generated a public uproar enumre yedi hu nkomo and Abdul Malik Kweku Bakon edi message be ebre and we would want your opinion on that. He makes the point say from only reading of the report no I call parliament approval no specifically committee in the case say spouses of sitting and former presidents and vice presidents should be catered for by the state as part of the privileges extended to the president and vice president. Yenim say first ladies ni second ladies no in the right sense of the word Article 71 omonka you can't say official say what's Article 71 so. But this recommendation no is it right in law? Ewo wadwemu.
Obi said the Odemi Kwe na so me a member of a committee report
on
yeah discussing no bedroom and unti ebeye din amame say another committee na me metre madwene ewo ho say anase enye eba sa with them so very subjective and unti as economist me one opinion but I'm saying come in serve on any committee that and committee me amount the reason why ebia dem can beto egano meka. If you say this is researcher me meaning how emoluments are determined elsewhere. Wages and salaries not only for government holders but any other oko Germany oko he na me na kwa kire ade Germany da na me salary I de ma me no na bibi ewo mu a kire se uye swaware na say do marriage certificate eba you are given a top up kire se with dependents or say you cater for and no maybe or high anti there are so many ways of doing that.
Okay.
But mean to me enka such a way no say eye anasa enye eba sa na che say otina me kan no na che say
webuso that's fair, Prof. But I would want to believe say on more committee report ne there and no betimi aka ho asem kakra me ba cho me boa.
Okay, so my main can be and so intro. So committee no ewie ne reporter na or the akoma president.
Yes.
Now or the akoma president unu say your legislature and your executive any other bodies. And unti executive no obe approve other branches no any legislature the omna executive never approve.
Yes.
Now legislature also approve executives ne. And unti ebi kra obe ho report awo kan ho asem ya mo reading ebia enye eno kra na parliament approve ye anase eno kra na executive approve ye because what the report no come out your president now to become parliament a recommendation na oma eno nti president betimi aka say oh report yi de em say we no kamo yi free mu a eye we say no kamo de shem a eye for parliament so I approve executive dia obetimi aka say oh executive dia we no betimi eye fi we dia nye anasa we tabi ka ho ana eye it might not necessarily be the report na ikra na already no. If you say me reporter ye
Ekosiisen on Asempa
FM there was a review of it but
yes.
Here we bia no enam say oh to wo ho nti e very difficult say what beto abonti enti say report na eba and just say the report na a committee the beba no and na parliament and mass executive no they have the right to review it and the implement plan both different from what the report says.
Yeah, I get that bit. But where there Miss Shewe need you more in Mumu report no was there maybe a line be a recommend say yen formalize payment and dema first ladies, former first ladies, second ladies, and a former second ladies. Masa a foot and zanka yen now yes, you treat your allowances ma one there, but ye man formal preco. Masa a foot no.
Obi me kwasi ni pa onti antwenche ma ye bebe. Do me call antwenche. We dey me pa show. Your committee no na your chairman. Enti enam se nyina ye swear oath enti yen discuss yen report no e wa bonti.
Okay.
Ena ibi kwase bibi e wo mu a enye eno na e bia 2013 2017 there are other reports I call parliament letters in honia manema baby I wo so we dey no kan wa ena abu the bigger picture enti here we do be me power chopi. Prof
me tiase ma yen na se bibia ni na wo say san ba wo hobio a ye beba aba beji nchiremu unless say bia question bia me musa bia pese wo de bibia twidwa finally so a wo betimi e de atwidwa mai.
Oh me ni bibia ne mum de meka akra and say yeah na your discussions about bia or mine say yen sikasam your discussion about aketiasam any bibia no Mississippi say yeah ma emotions no en conform na feel so ye modern say ye benya the actual facts no anya sa ye beka ebekọ ntie no ye bia enye saa na etie if you say ya na simple say report ni eba na say ye discuss na say wo to na wo facts na wutim say ne mo kan no enye saa na etie eye totally different. And apart from that no the committee no etnasness omo ya adwuma enye say ebia ombo omutrim na omo eye nti ebia enema ekura omo no inform omo ɛyɛ nimdefo pii ɛne ane yɛde wɔn ɛbɛtena ase na wɔn yɛ saa adwuma na mmom sɛ duru baabi na sɛ de wɔyɛ bɛsi a yɛbɛka no na yɛyɛ ama sɛ wɔn a yɛde wɔn si hɔ no koraa wɔn nim de ana wɔn kɔtena hɔ no obi na ka kyerɛ sɛ yɛpɛ wei na yɛde maa wɔn ɛnte saa wɔn nso ɛhwɛ Ghanafoɔ yɛn si kasam biara ansa na wɔn ayɛ recommendation no ebi wɔ koraa yɛtumi kɔ ɔman no baabiara ne amanfoɔ kɔ kasa ɛho de amanfoɔ dwene koraa ansa na yɛayɛ na mmom sɛ discussion no kɔyɛ sɛ ebi a committees na yɛafɔ mu no wɔn deɛ wɔn to hɔ a na wɔasi wɔn mfa se na wɔn de baeɛ wɔasi wɔn mfa se na wɔn baeɛ a na edu baabi a sɛ woyɛ obi a wasɛbo saa committee na wonim nneɛma ɛwɔ mu a na wɔsia fam kakra mesrɛ pii sɛ ɛno no na yɛ a na moma yɛhwɛ ne yie na agya ne die kakra a ɛde bɛma committee members no ɛno so nka ɛbɛboa
Prof, yɛda se papaapa nyame nhyɛ sɛ wagye mmerɛ ɛne yɛdi nkɔmmɔ biribia ne yɛbɛsan so aba wo hɔ bio wayɛ yɛda se pa nyame nhyɛ Professor William Baboateng, head of department that's the Department of Economics at University of Ghana ɛna mote sɛ yɛne no ɛdi nkɔmmɔ wei sɛ obi the Intiamwa Beide Committee and the 7th Parliament of the 4th Republic are to be blamed for this public uproar. Why formalize allowances of the first and second ladies, past and present, when you have not assigned them any official roles to perform? Article 71 is unambiguous, and until a legislation is passed to amend it, I see no reason why spouses must be entitled to a formalized pay. Our MPs in the 7th Parliament are a big disappointment to the country. They threw due diligence to the wind. How could they have passed such a recommendation? No wonder over 100 of them were yanked from Parliament in the last election. That's from Sir Obama, and he is in Pokwase and Odiwe. But he again says that Obi, the joint writ filed at the Supreme Court by two NDC MPs, Dr. Clementa Park and Roxanne Dafiamakbo, is a disingenuous and laughable. To say the least. Were they not members of the 7th Parliament, which approved the recommendations of Prof. Intiamwa Beide Committee relative to formalization of salaries for spouses of former and current president and his vice? Were they out of the country on the 6th of January 2021 when this recommendation was passed by Parliament? Who are they seeking to please now? They should give us a break. We say, Alhaji Hamza, and he's in Pig Farm. He says, I salute you, Obi, sincerely speaking. The timing of this arrangement of payment of salaries to the First Lady and Second Lady is wrong. Ghanaians at the moment are... maybe I'll give my comment after. Don't worry. Ghanaians at the moment are going through a lot. And if such monies are available, they should channel it to a hospital for births. In any case, why is it that our assemblymen and women are not being paid salaries? Let us not also forget that in the absence of the president and vice president, the Speaker of Parliament takes over. And in his absence, the Chief Justice takes over. So why are they left out? Then they should also be included, okay, with their wives. Obi, truth be said, if cars are bought for two arms of government, why not parliamentarians? Alhaji Hamza in Pig Farm. And I think that's also something we would have to put out.
This text message interesting?
Yeah.
He's suggesting, say, in hospital beds, on himself, spouses of presidents in this country have had the opportunity of even building maternity homes and furnishing them for the country.
Eh? Oh no! I start to.
Now
I start to recasa.
And also, relax. Now me will be in casa.
Now I start recasa. Me na me breaking. I'm going to interview be. And that Chief Biden na Ababe kan inside.
Oh, announcing the presence.
Enti ma memfa entwem na munhu se. Of course, as we speak, no, the public discourse no a bit constrained because again, we don't have the benefit of the report in black and white, and they are number one. And a lot of the issues out there, no, at best, a conjecture, you know. And that is one of the things. And then many Honorable John Jinapodi in common, he promised that he will do everything possible. See, benya report ni bina yakai. And added to that, no, and come again. na MP on no parliament goes on yebi. No, many Indian come.
The issue what the other bisa.
Many Indian come.
That's sir.
No, on the right people to ask you, Parliament, another the executive.
Oh, make sure that. What best no parliament my.
Put your bra closer.
Chairman Charles Onti.
What's a kasa?
What best no parliament ma. Ye di hun komo offer executive.
Yes.
And who be here there? Executive no so obotuma over provide them recommendations ni bi wadamo.
Oh yeah, committee report now.
And your parliament no more on ejuma.
No, but the constitution is clear. Who approves it? The executive cannot approve that report.
I'm not talking about the approver. I'm saying that before we even got to that stage, since you are something about out here discuss.
Yes.
Then beside the committee now,
the president.
You can get a copy if you so wish to.
So I'm saying,
I'm chatting on your John Jinapwasem. You can go.
No promise it obey your biamam.
I'm chatting no promise no don't know I'm webbing no ball, but I don't move extra man now because issues are about it.
Now it will be a.
Oh, Mazumu no musem them will be a sen will be Markana Mahani.
Dema. You wouldn't answer then.
A chamber would do that.
No, we do the wouldn't answer then.
I mean, we do more full time. I'm dissect them.
Okay. Alaji, to assume me now we break you into to assume.
Me to assume na my fan free baby a professor now no kasasi or the ND and he made comment on emotions. Very important. Obi, first of all, build the premises be my say. Ne ka nyina no report no wonya bi nkan ye memenya bi nkan ye bia chief Biden so nya bi nkan ye because members of parliament crowd don't know say or ebi mo say omunya bi nkan ye and again on the back of what the friend is saying Uncle Kukuba ko send ye no o hwe the word na for me my understanding is say if that is what indeed the report says then any explicit say spouses of presidents and vice presidents be given, if you like, salaries or allowances straightforward. And yet explicit, sir. But of course, people can infer to say whether directly or indirectly, no, it goes to them.
Yeah.
Therefore, they should not be mentioned at all. Others can make that argument. But Obi, my main fan free the relevance and importance of spouses of presidents under the 4th Republican Constitution, or even before that. Because Obi, Abakosam Ohemwa, even under military regimes, their free fares and then of course their champions and all that, no, their spouses had some benefits. Of course, Obeka say administrative expenses towards their upkeep. Ewo honum. By convention, no, ya adopted amaba. And then, of course, it has even metamorphosed into, your friend is saying, something that ewo honum under our 4th Republican Constitution, as it were. They say from President Rawlings, because I read a piece from former Chief of Staff, Nana Kudazi, yes, which comes to point to that fact. Sansu neba benefits be security be ayede mo, cars ayede mo, police protection ayede mo, and all that. And also eka ho a eye juma. Say it's not out of place. So we are quiet about it and thought that morally and objectively it was right and they deserved it. But as to the point where now discourse our table is say necessary cano infer say every consolidated fund then why is it out of place to formalize it and say maybe na ABI spending 1 cedi na 10 cedi na fees 10 cedi edoso na adwena ebi apanyimfo asi sisi a omoto hot say adenti na yem formalize and define a figure say 1,000 cedis say 20,000 na nka yem fa mo say be ya ochina bi no obi enkotam 1 billion in the argument of administrative expenses. I feel say adwenpa ema oman no. That is why the prof says take emotions out. Discuss the matters as it is. Na yem say ho. Say ye de omo ka ho na yem omo bia na. But of course there is a barrier. Which barrier is the law? Because okay Article 71 na clause 1 2 na ye ka ho asem na. Indeed they are not mentioned at all. unless you want to tell me otherwise.
No, they are not.
They are not mentioned.
You mean first lady and second lady?
Absolutely.
They are not.
They are not completely. They are not mentioned. Just say strict interpretation of the law. No, it's a straight jacket matter. I mean, it's a straightforward matter, I should say. Obiti baby, no so say, may I'm seeking interpretation. I'm doing whatever. Where are you too glaring? It's not ambiguous. But as to whether objectively and morally, no. In some say administrative expenses are push more, which is in the form of benefit. No, AC and answer AC, na AC. Say AC, what is the recommendation embedded in this report? Which we are yet to get the wording and interpret it properly. Okay, I could understand the difficulty of the professor because we are serving on such committees pen. Now, I swear oath of secrecy. What you say? What goes into decisions, and I believe if you listen to him or say they do a lot of work. They don't just sit down to say yemfa 1 cedi mawi, yemfa 2 cedi mawi. Sometimes they even do comparative analysis in other states according to what he just said.
Yes.
Just say a lot of work goes into this matter. And to say yanyi emotions and free mo, na say yanyi that political your friend is saying commentary na cheap. Because baby, the president wants to pay his wife and then the vice president's wife. When in fact, when you go into the matter, it is not what it is. And we all run into town with some of this commentary because we want to gain some cheap political points. I think say enye fair moyen. So me clearly, President of the Republic of Ghana has a mandate. Put together the committee. Reference of the committee can ubisa prof no crowd say there be member reference. Also onka. Because it is
that is of omu committee.
And omu even if this one, of course, they also giving references. We are not privy to the references, even this one. What you say? Now, okase on country. All this we are saying, no. Ya adwina ya chere. Na ya chere ya adwina yensan kan hu say ya chere man. And now we are helping to build Mother Ghana. And in so doing, no, ye ko kan sembia ye gu ohun bi obi hu fi sebi enye obi kura kwa president. Yes, your mama penisi yanko tu ene yere. With all respect, obi say any text be say ya. Says asika na nka edi tu ene yere no, enka enfa nkosi hospital na ento beds hospital. Not too long ago, the wife of the president of the Republic of Ghana, through her own connections, mobilized money and built a maternity home for a hospital in this country. And I'm a boy with beds. Just that their relevance is not taken out. And I would just say,
yes.
The same person calling for beds, salary na in the man be 10,000, be 15,000. Also says can you find to beds? Nipa na or no officer on benefited or in here say yebe boano no or no cry out of her own volition. What time apesika? I could see hospital at my beds at the amount of just say the spouses of the presidents are very relevant to us as well. What you say? So my point I'm making say omuye juma we nyina. Now the Mills has done it. Lordina Mahama has done it. I saw her foundation when she was out there with album motors and all that giving to people. I have seen a couple of them doing a lot. Na se omuya we nyina na eboa oman Ghana. Na ye say enka mo bi wo hono ma yam mo mo kakrae. I baby 10,000, 15,000, 21,000, 20,000 krana yam fa mo a. Na enye say defined. Now obiti baby I will say enye. Me I am making the moral argument. And I am looking at it based on the spectacle, the idea say the relevance of such spouses in our country. Omudia konaba, they go and come. And Obi, let me tell you, the constitution demands that you will become emotionally balanced to handle this country. And bodily infirmity is something that we abhor. Yeah. Your mental soundness is very important. Obi, there are those who will make the argument that your wife or the wives that you have at home plays a role in stabilizing you.
Very important.
Unim sir, very much. Which we cannot even measure. We cannot help. When you know, but you see, I'm not justifying say by this, Article 71 should be put aside and then just pay them. That's not the point I'm making. But I'm saying that let us not throw away the relevance of their spouses as well. And the Juma now more and so say such recommendation bar yan ye. Now ye na say you bet me
Franklin Kujo, for example, thinks in principle pay them and give them defined rules for which we can hold them accountable for.
Which is still even Franklin suggestion.
Yes.
Still, Obimubere argument said the Lord doesn't say so. The Lord doesn't mention them.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
So
it still comes to buttress the point of moral and
America say the law when we avert our minds to Article 71.
Yes.
But the point is so we share the specifics of the recommendation. The recommendation doesn't say they should be treated as Article 71 office holders. At least if the Ekwekuba Akodeba is anything to go by.
Absolutely. I said so earlier.
It says they should be, let me get the exact, or say
their benefits should be
spouses
embedded
of certain and former president and vice presidents, plural, should be catered for by the state as part of the privileges extended to the president and vice president.
It brings to fore the in principle argument now, if anything, Franklin Kujo making.
Yes.
In principle, they should be giving something.
Yes.
It means we are all agreeing, say, and already, administrative, there is something for them already.
Yes.
Our more benefiting. But where the contention is now is whether or not they not being mentioned under Article 71.
Yeah.
They deserve some formalization under
or
the law.
not.
That is where the contention is.
Okay. Because interestingly, if you look at the Professor Buando committee now, Prof. A friend his survey or so. They also made a very interesting recommendation.
Yes.
So already chapter 6 of their report under recommendations. VI in the 6.1 a general recommendation.
Yeah.
VI was a benefit of spouses of former presidents. The existing administrative arrangement for the payment of benefits to spouses of former presidents should be formalized.
So they also mentioned that which the prof was on, but of course his hands was tied up. He didn't want to come and speak about it.
And they gave that recommendation.
Yes.
And it just maybe it buttresses the point Abdul Malik made.
That
former
all those committees have,
yes, and making this particular recommendation.
That's fine.
And maybe this committee thought it should now be implemented in the Emrana and how you do it.
And Obi, if you have served on some committees before, with all respect, if you have served itching to speak. If you have served on some committees before, or you have been given a job if your previous committees have done before, with the greatest of respect, you sometimes refer your minds to other
reports. Yeah, that's true.
Former ones, Now what you build it based on that.
Of course.
Then now juxtapose your situation, whatever they have, to your situation that you are confronted with now to come out with. So I think Abdul Malik Okuba will not be out of place. It's a build up. Baby drew any. Now the argument is that but of course, I will maintain my position, say, making the moral and objective argument and looking at the relevance of their spouses in our society and given the fact, say, we have existing arrangement already for them, it's not out of place. We will continue with it. And that discourse, it means, say, whether minority or majority, we all agree. However, the law is what it is, and we may have to look at it.
But that's Alhaji Kamal Dean Abdullah and your Kano. Your discussion segment, they bring me 35 minutes after 5. Ewa Sempa 94.7 FM. Uadrin Chowns will be to me about would read your messages for you. Chief Baine Ewa, Deputy National Organizer, NDC. Chief Akwaba na Oteden.
Nya Obi, nyamina adum na wompa.
Bibia boko.
Ebe adum ya warasha. Agopo na adum nti oye. Waka mo waka.
Yeah, me amutumu.
Waka mo waka.
Mutumu. Na every ho ba ye hu.
Every ho ba ye no kwar ye nhye.
Okosia propaganda ba. Omo kosia propaganda.
It's your propaganda na kasa find them and me ya so no be here the Kamazu Bogakusha Anamba
kasa find
Obi me the was wapum ye in fact meba every day check aka but me nyo ye adwuma no na nkomo bi kodona munuanom wa ha muzumutum kire madwen but me ta menyu unua I was also my church that the project we are more known as CJ no Asempa.
Oh, okay.
And the map or them is also the more and it has to do with one district, one factory.
Oh, okay.
Precisely a Kumfi juice factory, milk consensus. And the major man, and my mincha will take for you na nkanka I and this if I wajibiru will tell some. A kind made the hunkomacher from the beginning. President that's so called Bofum, Yejina Wanda, no way factory. In fact, one of the things on me a delay, was or they would do abrobe because one propaganda where they don't want commander they overcome the raw materials now didn't you delay we menyoka say factory no onye juma
a confit juice factory
and they are menyoka say pobo to my friend
onye juma
because what when you raw materials
when you abrobe
dabi
reason being
would they be someone ma'am until I'm do to when you me because if this course or kodo na ma banum painful ma yehuni na ade no wo ho no so no yemboa apart from one when you be water no man nkrofo so nyam adwuma wo ye na kasa okodo nyina na nda amenyo kase factory ni nya adwuma because abrobanyi ho no mu ye rempa
now why outgrowers no when abrobe na asa
me say bombodi na domosuko mama wasamen next week eyinti menye communications bureau officer more tibia or there meba na mbajimboy because wonso wonyipa na omani ye na ye eni anum kama no criticize one na wadwen honda o awo mpe won ye wadwen na on power but Pocho what question true Obi wadwen na on power but odumri bia kasa ye kasa obi wo fie ordinary general chire professor chirem or your man can call no man you into odumri bi na nsamba ne ye ka na ya tena supam adam kana sa na ye nyina ya hwe kwana ye ba fada ibutu asam na america na bi anuru mia ho but me fi do mia ho no de what na supam na wo ye bibi papa so na mezi ma ba ni dwan aso ma ekodu ma ya ta se de o ye bibi a aso abofo na wo ye ehu behia na dem factory no botum why ejuma obi
Ejima, the last time I heard anything about the Kumfi fruit juice factory on Richard Kojonyako page.
Yes.
Or a central regional.
Macram comment with them. Or the old video now factory near Ejuma bottle. It's an old video. You can call Kojonyako and check the data. Opposed maybe send them dating no go them. This is when I said factory never be ejuma.
Yes.
Videos obey. I mean, it's good that the factory works for people to get job to do for productions. But one factory will be one profit. Now we too wide and we pay off on loans now. I mean, it's okay. We wish them well.
Because but 3 days ago, ni post here in there, the Agricultural Development Bank and distributors of Ekumfi fruit juice have embarked on a tour at the Ekumfi Fruit and Juice Factory Limited. The essence of the visit was for these two major stakeholders, i.e. ADB, any distributors, to familiarize themselves with the operations of the company and how the company was growing after rumors of a shutdown of the company's operations. And also video, the attached video, now where video of a reporter sending my Joy News.
Kojo nyako.
And who sent Kofone Nam factory who are
Kojo nyako sisi onye PR.
Or PR then. Now so a reporter.
So they say na ubefua.
No, me bofu.
Na TV3 phone ya wa na ahwe.
Mo he no.
Oh, yeah, once we crawl home. Security crowd, we won't come no yasam. Oh, we'll be here and you carry to crowd. Oh, my mate, there. Factory no ye jumana.
Yes.
Was started the way juma.
Yes.
Even people thought within party. People thought the baby my factory need done. Our ye juman. Why they or they mean a match there. But Obi, the fact of the matter there, factory no was chassis obey juma. Never were challenges. Why then operations manager and the BB and I want to ask apart from Kojo Nyako or the page or the promote to factory.
Yes.
I want to my air kicking. At the end of the day, what to an amount of call.
So I'm being here, no. If I need a contact person, it will be my central regional
multimedia will move one whole machines I could commander sugar factory. That will be I will be any be down cheddar one yet.
No, one yet.
Check one records. We'll move the whole studio I could commander sugar factory.
I am quite show in fee a confia.
I mean, suggested them. Maybe in a munyanyo. Na omani ye na meche de mama unia no me bie na same na me so wo so me do za me de maoni na wo akofa Kojo Nyako ni post aba
assignment e da ma me central regional correspondent where to Hanamon and the report na me de ma we
enti me fama sam so is that what you are saying o say o when na me kere o reporter na do that be me so to crab mama comment asipo dada. And I say, "Our monor came." Na mamusu mrikin. And he say, "Why there? Ono say, me say."
Yes.
You botum you turn a mon because me kai there before elections when I done crofo inwa and crofo kasa we gina ho we take one district one factor to them. I mean, just for all of us to know that and now when you wanna walk room hustle din komo. I mean,
we'll do that.
At the end of the day, no. I mean, mo hear me in the main crofo no botum when you juma na why there. Why? The more our factory near Jumano, one away your Juman, so open your home fast. Obi a factory, or perform says, I will 2,000 about 2 watts of Sunday production. I call low. And in some I yet in Wofomen, Senior Miss Macan way free that or topic or Wimuntumka. And Timo Pocho. For Kojo Nyako free na koshamam. Pocho. Aye. Kojo de more in the central region, Jumate. And so you have to challenge one cry. Baby, all be a me January. Pocho.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'll give you.
What do that? You can even talk about Hajj issues. It's not my business. Don't worry. Hey, Kwabena, what's that?
Chief Binding.
I said, now by some na you don't go me.
The emolument committee report Hong Kong.
No, there. And come on, I de kakasa na me bano na anye prof kasa. Amunya kama so akasa na yenu penyi Abdul Kwaku Baku. Ono document a we see no mpo jinchimo baka kafaba. But the information be about Tugwama. Obwa even though inye bin hwe. Yeah. Nyina ye dwuma so acher ntem de obeye din de but to acher. Bosum na ya bobo hu kopim time a ye bahwe de. But you see obi nsem na waba na ye kan ye na ye da sam na ko to baby. How they are discuss issues here. You did it. If you kesim wote President Mahama wote NDC General Mosquito of so ample for honorable painful will be able to parliament when you would take you that interviews now as well. Yeah, church junior usru bobo mi na yesuade wo.
Ekosiisen
na nkomo ya nyi prof D Ebisen mesmo offer do you adwuma in terms of reference na din na on pedal obechiro sa na onyi do chiri odumri bi anyi ne ba ya adwen na ye bisa de recommendations na wa ba na nkasa na ye frɛ prof ansa na ye bɔkɔ yerenom ho sika do na nkasa obi them recommendations no oye for article abadi 71 hold
recommendations from the committee now
what the ma inyo.
Yeah, Article 71 office holders. Yes.
Good. Who are those people?
The Constitution states them.
I know you are a law student. You can mention 3 or 4.
Oh,
because Constitution, our new Constitution.
Speaker of Parliament, Deputy Speaker.
Me break assembly down because me na ya frame we confide what remember ority so that ordinary person be able to matters.
It is Speaker of Parliament, Deputy Speakers. And members of Parliament, Chief Justice, other justices of the Superior Court of Judicature, Auditor General, Chairman and Deputy Chairman of the Electoral Commission, SHRAJ, Commissioner for the Human Rights and Administrative Justice, on the deputies, District Assembly's Common Fund Administrator,
Ekosiisen on
and the Chairman, Vice Chairman, and other members of the National Council for Higher Education, Public Services Commission, National Media Commission, Lands Commission, National Commission for Civic Education. Now, the President, the Vice President, the chairman and other members of the Council of State, ministers of state, and our deputy ministers of state.
Good. Them names here bubu nyina. Amampenyin ne yerenom kawa.
No.
Enti se committee no ho adwuma yin de wo bohwe article 71 holders na we review them recommendations aba ne ahwe kwana wona bra bo bedi ye ne wetum ho aye adwuma. Ayerenom ho asem oye dem bopoim.
On depend terms of reference I the committee na.
Na abantina we are trying to cry more than they believe.
Abadintia.
Na terms of reference, nyimpo ye dwuma po yebisa na also onkanjire.
No, ono no nka committee eyi ho.
Na me chede when I work committee eyi ho obi the terms of reference about.
No, obi anka say.
Na say what the terms of reference am ho po de won ye dwuma bia emra na article na wo ye ho adwuma pe mramu no. Wananom no wo ono na nyime di ho.
Ekosiisen on
Oye den ye na wo mo terms of reference de ka ye dwuma e emra fofor.
Why
because say
then
71 holders here abubo wodin say yenya ye kade yemfa won yerenom one terms of reference onye de corner kohwe na yedam review yi ma he na yenya ye kafa ye yerenom hi asem ye de ba hempe na chede emra no kra no yesi ni trade
na on depend ma work there one yema
one
yerenom na
mo be depend e kosi biala mbre yi na mama akani na mesi de Semran na yedi adwuma na ye yerenom a ye den yi president na ade won yerenom na ye jankafo won yerenom. They are all article 71 office holders. Inti ye den yi president na vice won yerenom na fi ye jankafo. Oma ye chichiri ninya. En won so no how would they feel? Chief Justice na Nasifo won de won yerenom won hu ya. Ya dam na waka no bia na yiri nya na homachi mo kwa adwuma. Into one's worry, that is the angle or the fire diffi. Already no. In Koma ye defeated and some more bad Kamadino Kana to Dazi from Chairman Rollins 1992. Why my ye didn't come on me who there? Offend I am paying for no. That down no pono na allowances be or and our benefits be or winya. Obi si yehwa abakwasema na yerfan fida moral angle na munua kama ofina ye kan yempanyimfu na wasum na weje hoko na kwana ebinum ofadu wo wi na won yire no ho asetrem na ade kran morally obi abaka na obeye de ye behwe na ya to bi kakra da mo ya mo benefit bi from the chief of staff no office wa hwe na wetum wa ye dam nzamani nyina. You can easily justify that and people will even understand.
Ambacho yensaka breaking news we mamimfa inchem as we speak in Parliament approval a private member's motion filed by 7 minority MPs. So Parliament then set up an ad hoc committee to probe the procurement of Sputnik V vaccines. No said ye di hun komo some time ago. Let me be a bit detailed in what the minority leader Haruna Idrisu moved the motion on the floor
on Asempa FM.
And in the motion would demand a parliamentary probe into the purchase of Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccines from Russia. Minority funds or more pay a 7 or 9 member committee to be set up to probe contract the government of Ghana signed with Sheikh Ahmed Dalmouk Al Maktoum and other suppliers for the COVID-19 vaccines procurement. Honorable Haruna Idrisu made the point, sir, the planned purchase of vaccines for $19 and more instead of the proposed $10.5 is not in the interest of the country and must be probed. In fact, Minority Chief Whip Muntaka Mubarak and so the PSO, say Health Minister Kwekwajiman Menu ebedi intro etre Parliament on the cost of vaccines, no? And he must also be probed. But Health Minister rejected our claim, no? House no a debate kakra, and the Speaker ene Otna Ejem, the second Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Andrew Esiama Amwako, on an chair proceedings ene. I think we'll put it to voice vote. We are told from our reporters that the majority MPs now abstained from the voice vote. And subsequently, the motion was adopted. In the second Speaker of Parliament, Aka, said Ochana, the composition of this committee and the terms of reference will be determined. In the determine we membership of that committee, the committee will be probing the purchase of Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccines. Chief Baine.
Obi oye menije de itwa kasa na no na dam breaking news oye breaking news anu ya tino wonhwe na omani ye na ye nyina ye checheri koi ye ntintin da mana ye nyeni obi nkomo amenyori di na mebiso na ye nyina ya adwene ko bankrum ema ye hu de indeed committee na wo ye adwuma no won adwuma wo ye no or fadam office holders here abubon say ya menyo kase nkomo awa beto a yedi nyina onye de yanjintum na yentu a omampanyi ene year na abedi chiri so ne year if I figure be kwaba menyim so correct 21,000.
I can't confirm that because you committee report
and do you know that once them committee ne recommendations in Parliament it takes off from the 7th January na chere our there
what backdating
back paper
that is the committee would state that if that should happen they will state
but if the committee agrees there or there and it is taking effect from time friend and or manpenyi nejuman or Rishasa I mean that regime in Rishasa I don't see why in all the whole state and son.
Who backdate? That you know from when? From January.
From 2017 in your oracle.
How is that so?
Well, because if when these recommendations in or it take effect that be.
You want to America there. These things are not left for conjecture. They are stated. In the ones we get the report, if indeed, or start from 2017, it will be stated.
Report no approval is supposed to be before our the last parliament.
Absolutely.
And I'm saying that if it's approved by that time,
yes,
that's although take effect from them new regime in the I mean, it is not stated the new regime although start from April and March.
That's how the new regime the date of start near 2017. The new regime is 2021 Oracle.
Oh, there be yes, 2021. So recommendation or end day and our passing the last parliament.
Yes.
Naturally, overall, although take effect from 2021, but if it is stated to the American in that recommendation there, although started from 2017 then we will have to calculate from 2017 about BC. Yes, about BC. And I am thinking that is unconstitutional.
That is if it is stated.
Even if they stated in there won't a man paying
Asempa FM.
Nana Bezi 1 year no kawa. Juma was the man who koyen or Article 71 no more Juma. Do you understand? Even if they think there the information away now when Ejuma warrior and intino, them course near course over here there as a man able to the man amona. Although for Kwanfu Frodo. No go pay parliament no by Amra. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now if you na yejitumdo okay, them kwani na yefado. But you them a smuggle what ashim.
Them?
And you because Article 71 holders abubo wenzi na oyebesia okun. Oyebenino warrior. And why there president and vice executive one issue I discuss say. Why bring you home you see them issue here I discuss. I say that at the end of the day we commission crofunda won kwan koye ejuma. Ejuma na why you nya there say nya so nya committee na what who was the call parliament. And a committee na we ejuma na ho ankasa work hand over what the parliament.
Oh no sir o de bema nipa wa appoint here. Na ono no dia call parliament.
Thank you. Yeah. And what I'm saying here there, the executive, our president Nankasa no de nyim. Or who can be added them adi wo go through. And also so what one adwin wo friend committee no woman what I said look. Ejuma yedema we or Article 71 holders. May you na Dr. Bawumia now. When you Article 71 holders.
I've gotten one terms of reference.
Very good. My
this who is the chairman of the committee?
Intiamo
yeah. Terms of reference, or 2A, to make recommendations. Abada.
Terms of reference.
It's captured in a city newsroom report.
I see. I'm just curious, trying to know where it's coming from.
City newsroom report.
Okay, good.
And Mamen Khan, title of the report,
good.
Headline. Presidential spouses allowance not new. It's only being formalized now upon Chroma.
Sure.
In that report, what my background to who are the members of the emolument committee. Just ended that.
Okay.
And July 8th, July 7th.
Ended.
Good.
Yeah.
And what my background to members of the committee and one terms of reference.
Yeah.
In the terms of reference now are 2. 1, to make recommendations in respect of emolument and other privileges for Article 71 office holders as specified under the Constitution.
Good.
And B, to examine any other relevant matter which the committee considers appropriate to its work.
The committee worked more than their salary.
How about it?
They worked more than their salary. Terms of reference here was the Mahoney. What's one any other what?
There was to examine any other relevant matter which the committee considers appropriate to its work.
Reference to Article 71 holders. That is the work you are doing.
No, only the terms of reference, the first one.
I'm saying the second one.
Okay.
This terms of referencing is not for them to move out. They could have considered here to have private workers, you know. I don't know if you follow what I'm saying. I mean, you see, no, come on. Then if so, then God will consider. I wonder what he now count. But a Juma was my home potty there. Them in terms of referencing, you should work within them Article 71 office holders, and I am not.
But that is
hold on.
The second terms of reference.
Basis no. That way no. Who are referred to Article 71 first one.
And the first one. And the second one almost to examine any other relevant, and that's very important. So relevant matter which the committee in the discretion of the committee, which the committee considers appropriate to its work.
That now takes you. It takes you and I to the Constitution. Whether the Constitution has provided room for such examination to be done.
For that examination to be done.
I'm saying that. I'm saying that it's good we go to court and throw a lot of look before court. You're able to me I'm telling you that. Where I sit and how I look at it is unconstitutional.
Okay.
These terms of reference. Second one, very. And I'm saying that if that is what we are saying, then they should be thinking of Kaya years rather, people who are sleeping outside, people who are suffering, people who are one who ye. Why do you go and look at the executive? I'm coming there, you see, this thing that they are doing here, make a sure the president. If I was a president, them document you will do it. You want to cry first person or do they won't try to imagine. Answer now about parliament. And because president ought to want only imported there. You people questions be baba. President in the office or one other man.
But Obi, sorry.
In the office outside.
Also, secondly,
it should be the state.
Super.
Yes.
Kala or logistics or the
everything the state.
Security.
State.
What to go on to
state.
Again.
And really.
And you be born. The wives should even come out and say they don't want it. Because look, if you
should one allowance,
miss there or their wife no cry why demonstration.
They don't want what?
They won't back at on there was one cocker Article 71 holders won't you one car.
That's a one car them.
I'm saying that in Koma AD, that is what we are discussing. Obi na onye ho aketua and the topic here too. It's same piwa.
Aketua no yes be what the one Article 71 or a different
Obi na aba basis na editua wonka. Yema hon benefit allowances information from na to that the crime you don yende.
Onyende yeah.
Ina me you can say iba dinti na yede kokande why. So them recommendations here and there will be a report to Mboto me yen ni nyinam but yen except or chere them no record. Why are we even discussing this matter?
Obi.
Come on.
No, come on, Maninwe.
And I'm saying that, Obi, even the wife, Auntie Rebecca, Samira Baumia, they should tomorrow say they don't even want it.
One pay formal salary, no.
Oh, yeah, you be born. Because you see, minister, what you in car, Article 71. Other people are wanting to what you uncle. One, what to foundations now acquire around no akaji can now throw to government institutions now. Then I want to just get to hospital.
For a minister, no, you cannot do that.
Auntie, why are you
cannot engage?
Auntie, why are you doing all this and you still want to go and take?
Somebody like Franklin is suggesting there, if you would pay them, give them specific values.
Why are we subjecting here first ladies and second ladies to this?
To which one?
My say. If it's not for greed.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
I mean, why? I asked you certain things.
But do you also...
catch him the ninja abandonment.
Yeah.
Allowances were I wasn't work to one work or how one entourage and I don't marry to ya. Ubi abakasa. At today, what be issue for discussion?
No.
Be can once
No.
At today, Ghana be ono. I mean, who how I ever can today, if we are sticking to moral issues here, at today, bees on the roof talking anyway against them, no.
By him, the other thing why I am convinced that we should get the report and peruse same. The status quo now no means there. Even for former presidents, and I think Professor Boateng made that point. Say even former presidents retire on their salaries.
Yeah.
Ain't even when you are not president, no, you are still paid.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a review of the president's salary, if it would also affect former president Oja, but at least we know they retire on their salaries. Are you saying there, if the first lady, current, and the second lady, current, should reject Kenya, then all the previous first ladies and second ladies should also come out and reject the Wampa?
Yerkase. Fiti Buzia nomna big sis ya often family na wana we call Rumana Liman nomna za oye no more. Allowance in you are the man.
What am I on? Yes.
So what is the issue here?
No, so what it means is that if the formalization as recommended by the committee is approved and implemented,
formalization,
the salary would also affect.
I am not, you see, where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
It is clear that I'm not against the Oman Nisikari call. I'm not against
it. It appears all of us are on that.
I'm telling you there. Obi the 6, 3, and 9. That is where we have to look at. Committee now, Article 71, one concoy and when you man offer recommendations in bra moving forward near share. So they to become so deep it so the day.
I will feel the way sneaky be true.
Committee na baba kache and there, young conco to ya iron cow. Now committee no one what the damn brand baba. Is it their job? One coca terms of reference. Terms of reference is to no so is it a law?
Asempa FM.
No, on your law.
So what are they talking? What are they telling?
It's
about some no. Charlie, man and Crawford Bray, Koyenim, Yerkwana, Sofa, de Ubia Sora, no money, Juma.
No, but my question was not answered. My question
what is your question?
My question is if because you make the point there, Otsnanopa,
yes,
Mama Becky and Samira should come out and say there, one pet.
Do you know why?
And my question is, anything that is agreed upon to be paid to them, no, would affect former first ladies and second. Should they also reject it? That's the point. The question I asked.
I am saying that former first ladies, no, one hour one you say no, woman allowance and our woman.
Yes. And the allowance is going to be formalized, meaning that the formalized
salary would affect them. Say a formalize the allowance. Committee no recommendation here the formalizer. You are not answering my question.
No. Now why they throw question back?
Now who lost student? And let me be so there. Say a bepe there or man yejitum.
Yeah.
There yem rangi da afino. First lady fo another da fo. You go to your kawa. Dam microphone. Do they fall under Article 71?
No.
When I want to do my work for them recommendation, but no way you do about one.
about 71 of his holders.
Inti enhu de dem asemia wa kwakofa be mra bi anyima.
The Supreme Court will determine that.
Now before Supreme Court by me na odi etri nye adwuma. You say it way. Say bonu so a Supreme Court na wa.
So your constitutional interpretation.
And I make a sure that constitutional interpretation no read the say ma or you clear who are Article 71 holders.
Yes.
So do you need a law to tell you who Article 71 holders are?
Hey, we know edition law no na.
Oh, obi me be so question. There say am nyotina we.
Yeah.
Ye be so that Article 71 holders won here abaka kashe justice any ne space and abobon wondina. Another you take the constitution and then you mention like you did for me. What will you do?
You read the constitution.
And what does the constitution say? Also then, who are the people there?
In one hour court Winjaya.
They should go.
So what's the point?
The point here and you there, or there and you may adjourn there. In Crawford, one as some our bay Monday Binumuko court. In 1 hour court, do you know why they are going to court? Because what's on Yimbrem?
I'm not making it. I say Supreme Court will determine. That's what I say.
But I say no, before Supreme Court be determined. I agree the Supreme Court did. But before I want you and I to agree there. Say no, why do you know on Tanta there? In Tanta means someone will tell what I say like you are not able to say the Article 71 holders no man paying na be the chin one count.
No one count as on it's clear.
Oh, yeah,
well,
clear.
I've read it to you.
Good. And I miss on my clear.
Yeah.
Them committee ya we jume in terms of reference it read the damami. Now we call juma on ABBA office holders.
Article 71.
Okay.
Terms of reference number 1 them, and there is a terms of reference number 2 which also gives them a certain latitude to do other things. Other things in the ekade onum posogono onye legal. Onye them American.
And I make sure that other things now was one coin. And now wa kwa fa ba ka che hin nyina de.
Yeah.
O man pay motodo dada no nyina ho yire no mo nsika no. Yen formalizing the yen salary. And I'm saying that as a country, baby a yedui na ho kira ye wom na ho hihye a ye womi. Nda amenyo ka say yen friend revenue ayenya dodo na otua salaries. Ana meboa. Ono yanko Supreme Court po ayenyim. Free SHS awa be ya nyina ayenyi ji ho de. Obi abotu menye bi na wako. Adekor apart from football. Ebi se Ghana nye bia nde onye uboko bankroom. Onye de nke yetumi enyi sika ni yetua na ye moframa ni nyina akwa ankoye.
Yeah.
Na menyo kese. Onam de ye hu ye nsansu ye chirinti. Ode ye nya bosia bo na ade. Obi. Na ye hwe ma ye mba no woko school.
Yeah.
Amadachi mba wa ba betua. Forgetting that dachi mba no ba betua nche ho so woko school ni bi nti ka o nanyim kwa no ye de. Oko. Obi. Na menyo kese. Ye be ya kwana. Chinese fo worker that will bring 2 billion na sikana bambe dupe year of route no waka asamaba inde yakade ekoye real odi ekode yakajebusa obi damanze menyina yaja asomanu orubuhen kwem
Okay.
yen leader order hen enyimen obia na adwene nyi denka oye sika no wo ho enough a on sorry meka nche ne wakobo busa na emu so wanfa anya ma odo ye ya yen nyina ye bisa nde na ye sika dodo ye nye denti na afa anya da madi obi da madi ni nyina no ye hu Article 71 who akoye committee hu adwuma ya wo mo vague second term da wo tu mo ayem wo be ye per the reference ye kan ho asama we hu ni nyina de wo botu mo de adwenkyere bi aba mo man na akonim de ye momodi na ye ma dem sikani mo ye ntwa bonto ni ye hu de bosom bia ye te yetua wonka na me bisa the sacrifice no way. That's why I ask you there answer na ye bako sacrifice impo dem payinfu ya aba president pa na waba and our second lady na waba anti the our foundation ye ka say kama din say Madam Rebecca Ekosiisen hospital or top bed na the ne pocket money no there.
It's a connection, foundation.
Very good, ne connections. Na them connection no ye because oil man paying say be ne yirinti connection no ko nenyim time president Akufo-Addo here campaign no be president you no connection Osi hospital
no yeah
Osi hospital Very good, but the madoye no we do me yeken. I'm trying to tell you they go not to do nankasan, but I felt you do a president you not to the me go to nankasan.
Chiefs and former.
Oh yeah, nzama. Obi chat na make na say. Na say I had one if you want ababa 71 holders one hui. Na ya kade.
If that is what the committee said.
Oh, na say if you are
legal issues
if you are committee one we can one say me. Papers ya train or issues you about to go 2 days ago or 3 days ago ni your information minister or president is oti asempa security for onya oti asempa your back abun na ho awotro messages say Obama na nasefo menua Brian Boaben Charles nite mpremofia na watoto bomb wo take enti document no da hon won tum ka won fan bre imi na won fan mama won fan ka madam ne kede onji no hwem na wosu kan bi na ye ba ne ye kansam na mo wom no akire na mo wom na ya te no na ne ye ken ono so no wo ho enti oye ye president o say me enye spectators ni citizens na obi if you don't find people I read something I don't know if it's true that one Bono or so chairman
Abronya. And see any need
when you need maintain also won't dream.
No, the Supreme Court.
The
interpretation and they can say me 71.
Until also Nasam no yemi
yes.
I mean it is
on feel that Parliament did not do a good job by approving
Obi
the recommendations
in
the committee, you know.
Ehun de damadi o last minute njuma na woyen
who be afraid they want one
but chief mamon kombra maba no e don't be conclude send the oye damasem ya de hu community e don't be conclude Ekosiisen na high asempa 94.7 FM third metewase 13 minutes after say chief by the obekunipa me kwa basisi ameba Alhaji Kamaldeen would have a second round now.